Presented by Wearable Fandom. Welcome to Wear Mighty Things, episode number 47. We are live here on Rocktober 30th. My name is Dustin and I am your host. It's great to be back with everybody here. And this, my friends, is a podcast all about the Roosevelt's brand and community. If fashion, fandom, and friends sounds like fun, well, you came to the right place. To receive all of our content updates, please subscribe and ring the bell to get notifications of our new content as it releases. It's great to be back with you guys. We have been weekly here for a number of weeks, and we are happy to be back. What do we call this? I guess we would call this Halloween Eve. Ooh, it's spooky. And today is a very special episode. Today is the Ask Us Anything episode. We mentioned it last week. And if there's somebody that I've got to be trapped on a podcast with for hours to be Ask Anything, well, it's my co-host, John Madigan. What's up, brother? Are you ready to be axed? Are you ready to be axed?
I am ready to be axed anything, yes. And I think instead of Halloween Eve, at least over here on the East Coast, the Beast Coast, we would call this Mischief Night.
Mischief Night.
At least when I was younger, this is when you would go and you would destroy people's houses. This is just for...
This is Halloween. This is not Halloween. Halloween tomorrow night.
You would go out, with some eggs and some shaving cream, and this is the night you would just go and wreak havoc on people's houses that you don't like. So definitely wanted to know: have you ever taken part in Mischief Night?
Well, I mean, Mischief Night is a matter of perspective, my friend. You know, they say keep Christmas in your heart every day. Well, Mischief Night can also be in your heart every day. And if that's the measurement we use, 100% I've participated in Mischief Night. Will I be mischieving tonight? I think it comes back to our amazing audience and the great questions that we've heard either before the show or during the show. So welcome everybody. I know that you guys are already starting to throw some questions into the chat, but just hold on. We'll get to them. It's great to be back with everybody here. John, this is episode number 47.
It is. We are getting so close to number 50. It's crazy.
We're only 3 away. Like, if everything goes to plan, 3 weeks away from now, we'll be at episode number 50 for Wear Mighty Things, which is insanity. Insanity.
Yeah.
Well, let's take a look and see who's already shown up. Oh, yep. Okay. Yep. Captain Co-host. Wait. How do we refer to him last week? He was Captain Coach Co-host.
Captain Coach Co-host. There you go.
Yeah. He's here. We got Gabe. Gabriel's here. Andrew's here. I see John Madigan is here twice over.
John Madigan is here. Yes.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. A lot of great questions. Daniel Perez is here. Danimal Chatfield is here. Man. And I gotta wonder, John. I mean, when you say ask me anything, you really are axing for it, to be honest.
I'm asking. I'm definitely axing for it. I'm here. I mean, look. I mean, you can ask us something personal. You can ask us something fun. You can ask us things about our lives. Think about our things, our opinions on Roosevelt. You can ask us on anything. This is more of a chance for the audience to get to know us and for us to respond to any questions that you may want to know us. No matter how much fun or random it could be. It could be a really serious question, or it could be something just completely out of the box. And we're here to just kind of go and have fun with it and answer those questions, man.
Totally. And I think actually, in the interest of making sure that people who come in later or people who watch this later, let's try to organize. Okay, so we'll actually do pod questions. Any questions you want to know about the podcast? What do we do to prepare? How do we do this thing? What do we love about the podcast? Any questions about the podcast will be like segment 1, and then general questions, which can be about anything but one topic. Roosevelt's, and then segment 3 will be Roosevelt's questions. That'll be like all the Roosevelt's questions that you have. So give you guys a little bit of time to think about that. And first up is questions generally about the pod. And while we hide that comment that's been up there for a really long time, I'd like to notice something and maybe this happened a couple weeks ago, but I just realized that you shaved off that crazy beard you had going.
Well, I didn't shave it off. No, so I actually just got a haircut yesterday. I didn't shave it off. My guy went really short with the beard. I don't know if you can. It's probably hard to. I did not shave off the beard. I think he did go way too short, and I think just the lighting and just the webcam makes it look even less than what it is.
Wow.
I know it looks like it's gone completely, right? It looks like it's
yes.
No, it is not gone completely. But yeah, my guy. I don't know if you can say the scruff. I don't know. Yeah, he cut it way too short. I was getting it cut. It's like he cut it way too short. I mean, thankfully my hair grows fast, so it'll definitely it'll come back, and that's okay. But I don't know. I mean, I think he went too short. What are your thoughts?
I think it looks great, dude. I think it looks good. It pronounces like all of your like amazing features. You're kind of like you got a well-shaped head. That's a really important thing. I don't know if your dad did your dad have a lot of hair, or did your mom's dad have a lot of hair? I think that's
my mom's dad had a lot of yeah. I think he did. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So then maybe you will be blessed and have like a full head of hair for your whole life. Right.
Yeah. He never lost his hair. Yeah. I am, and especially not seeing it in this. I'm like, oh God, he really did go short with it. Like I said, it's still there. It's still going to grow. It feels like I said, it's going to grow. And I'm honest, I cheated on my barber. I went with a different barber. I have been trying to get an appointment with my regular barber for a while, and he's just like around like weird hours and stuff. Okay. And so I was between my work schedule and his schedule, it just didn't kind of like collaborate, and it was really starting to bother me. So I'm like, I need to get a haircut. I needed a haircut and a beard trim. So I went somewhere else, and I kind of regret it. Like I'm not completely happy with it. So
well, I think it looks good. Enough about your haircut, my friend. What are you wearing today?
I am wearing the Coco Music and Me hoodie. The weather over here in New York is absolutely terrible, so I need these beautiful performance hoodies to keep me warm. But yeah, I am wearing that. And honestly, I forgot I even had this one. It's been a long time since I've worn this one. So I'm happy to have this one. What are you wearing today, my friend?
I'm wearing the Crane Game. I just came from work, so I didn't get a chance to change. I was actually going to switch into a spooky. I was going to get into a spooky Kunu because I actually ended up with that spooky tiki. That's the shirt I'm actually going to wear to work tomorrow. But I was like, I can put it on early, just wear it for the cast, and then wear it to work tomorrow. No one will know. But then I've got the Hoboken to Tokyo hat because, my friend, next Thursday, I'm flying to Japan for a week. But boom!
Oh my goodness gracious!
That's right. That's right. So I will be there until the 15th. I'll be back the 15th. So I'll be absent the next 2 podcast episodes, and we'll just have to keep it a secret, whatever is going to happen there. But it'll be fun times. I'm going to watch sumo live in Fukuoka, Japan. I got tickets. The tickets. They just arrived this week. So I'm super excited. Going to ride the bullet train. Maybe I'll phone in remotely and let you know how it's going.
Oh, yes, please. No, we'd love to have that. Yeah.
All right. So we got a lot of questions that are queuing up here for the segment 1 around podcast questions. So let's dive in here. Ron's got a few of them. Number 1, a favorite moment on the pod so far. What do you got, John?
Man, favorite moment on the pod so far. I mean, I always loved the episodes that we do in person. God, I mean, there's so many to pick from. Favorite moment on the pod. One that really stands out to me though is being able to surprise you at the end of our first New York Comic Con episode and telling you that I was going to be at Jacksonville and that we were going to be together, because you had zero clue, and to be able to surprise you, to be able to surprise you, with that moment, like it was kind of cool. Like it was great to get that raw reaction. You were a little confused, and you were like, that is definitely a moment that will stand out for me. What about you? What is one of your favorite moments on the podcast?
Gee, I mean, there are a lot of great moments, but I have to go back to last August when we were at D23 and the Roosevelts did that amazing Jimmy Mulligan inspired and designed booth, and we stood there, and I felt like we were podcasting for an hour, and everybody was around us, standing in line. Megan was doing her dances. Remember that? She was like doing like
ballet
behind the background, and just a really fun time. Lots to talk about. I had so much fun that weekend. I would say for me, that's the most fun that I've had so far. So
was that the first one we ever did in person?
I think so.
I think so. Yes, that was the first one we ever did. Yeah, that was the first one we ever did in person. That's always fun too.
All right, so we're gonna mix them up. So if people ask like several in a row, then we're just gonna I'll bounce around and we'll cover off on all of them.
Sure, of course.
Dan Chatfield says, "What software app are you using? Like, if you had a guest, what would they need to participate?" Sounds like Dan would like to come on the podcast. So we have used numerous technologies over the lifetime of this podcast, but I think you're talking specifically about the live software. We used.
You remember the first one we did?
Yes.
We actually had 2 tin cans going across from New York to California, and we were speaking to each other through them, and that was kind of nuts. It was a long, wire that we had to do. That was kind of crazy. We did that for the first few episodes.
That was suboptimal, we shall say. But we used Zencastr. We've used a number. This one, which I like, I still have some things I'd like to change, but this is called StreamYard, and StreamYard.com if you're interested, and I can give you I can share my referral link here. If anybody's interested in it, I'll just throw a comment in the chat. They actually very conveniently have that available. You can just hit that button and tell people, here's your referral link if you're interested. Second part of Dan's question here is, if you had a guest, what would they need to do to participate? This software runs completely in the browser. So as long as your browser or your phone has access to your camera and to your microphone, you can basically call in. So we could invite anybody to jump in here as long as they had those things met, and a decent network connection. They would be fine. So yep, there you go, Dan. Andrew Long says, when do I get to be a guest on Where Mighty Things? Actually, let me take this one and then you can kind of add your comment. It's kind of Crane Escape is the name of my shirt. Sorry, I call it the Crane Game because I'm thinking of something else. But it's a great question, Andrew. I think that John and I have talked about this. Actually, we talked about this a lot of times about who do we want to bring on as a guest? And what we like about this interaction, at least what I like about it, and I've heard John say similar things, but I'll let him speak for himself. There's a certain energy that we bring and a certain rapport and kind of natural connection that we bring to the discussion. And so when we start thinking about other people to co-host, like when we ask Ron to come in, or we've had other guests, we want people who are going to be fun and feel like good hangs. Like, we want you guys to feel like it's a good hang, not just because we're shirt nerds talking about Roosevelt's, but because we're also fun and uplifting. So we want to make sure that the folks that come in are going to be able to echo that. And the truth is, it's not that we wouldn't like to have more people on. In fact, I think we will going forward, but we don't want those people to feel bad, because sometimes people are like, oh, I feel like I did a terrible job, or they don't feel like they showed up well, or that they matched our energy. So we're just trying to be careful and sprinkle it around. And so if you've got the same kind of energy, if you can match our energy with including the ridiculousness, you've got a good shot to make it as a guest on Where Mighty Things. John, how do you react to Andrew's question?
I would say that Andrew is definitely ridiculous.
Yes.
No, I will say I've known Andrew for a long time. I've been speaking with Andrew for a long time. Andrew is a great guy, and I would absolutely love to have him on the podcast one day. The guests we have on the podcast, it's been very scarce. I think for the most part we do like to keep it us because we have a good connection, we got a good flow and whatnot. And I think there's always that little bit that worry that once you include someone else on the mix, is it going to work? Is it going to flow? Is it going to be entertaining and fun? That being said, I absolutely love Andrew. I think he's a great guy. I'd love to have him on. I've gotten to meet and hang out with Andrew plenty of times in person. And so, Andrew, we will definitely get you on at some point. You got my word, buddy.
In a similar vein, Captain Coach co-host Ron did a few interviews with guests. Any plans to do more, and who would you like to talk to? So we already talked a little bit about that. Yes, we would love to have more guests, and we will likely do that through the rest of this year and into next year. Who would you like to talk to, John? If you could grab and pick somebody to come on this podcast, who would you like to talk to?
Oh man, who would I like to have on the podcast? I mean, there's definitely, lots of people that I'd love to have on. I think would be a fun hang. I mean, like dream guests, I mean, John T, that would be like amazing.
Sure.
If you get John T on, I mean, that's like, reaching for the skies and whatnot. Would love to have him on and pick his brain, even for 20 minutes or so. That's always be cool. I mean, anybody from HQ would be a great get. I'd love to have my best friend Ariane on. I'd love to have, honestly, I've mentioned it to you, Ben Zandar. Who I don't know how many people know him as an insider, but he's just a fantastic guy. And he's lots of fun, and he, without a doubt, matches the energy. I'm like, so that would be my short list, real quick.
Yeah.
What about you? Who would you have anybody that you really just want to reach out to and just kind of make this happen?
I would like to grab a bunch of the Roosevelt's designers. So I'd like to get Stone Cipher in here and talk to him. I think that would be awesome because he came from a design background at Universal before he started in Disney, before he started working with Roosevelt. So it's a lot about not just his current design approach and philosophies, but he's also a creative director. And I feel like I could dig in and talk to him for quite a long time. So I think, I think it would be great to have some folks from staff join. And I'm gonna leave it there because I like your answers too. There are no bad potential guests. There are only bad co-hosts. And I mean, that's not a shot.
Thank you, Dustin.
Dustin. Oh, I thought you were going to say that I was talking about Ron, but I was not talking about Ron.
Right, so you're talking about me.
No, I was talking about we, not you. We. Come on now.
We.
All right. Gabe asked how our guest host picked, and is there any coming up? I think we kind of answered that. There's nobody on the schedule right this second in terms of like, guest host. How are guest hosts pick? Okay, this one is actually a tricky one. So, we said ask me anything. We didn't say that everything had to be true, but like we're just going to be honest. There have been people who have volunteered to be hosts or have volunteered to be what would we call that? A correspondent at an event in the past.
Sure.
And so it's one of these, it's really important that we have like a little bit of engagement with people before we talk to them. So it's very likely that anyone who would be under consideration to be a host, and like if John or I was absent, is somebody that would already have been a guest. So if you survive the guest, then you have a much better chance to get asked back to be a host because now we've done a show with you. We know if you're matching the energy. And that's why, Ron keeps coming back because not only is Ron good people, he's fun to talk to. He's got great energy. He basically is, he basically brings the same kind of approach that we do. And to that point, what were we drinking when we picked Ron to fill in? Truth serum. Truth serum is what we were drinking. Okay, did I miss any back here? No. I see Captain America is here. Stay dry out there. And let's see what else. Dan says, I want to call in, sirs. Well, okay, not right now, but yes. And then Ron throws another question out about guests. What about Steve's mom? What do you think? Mama Gebhardt? Do you think she would be a great guest?
I would love to have Mama Gebhardt on. If Mama Gebhardt's watching and she decides that she wants to come on, I mean, by all means. I mean, the floor is hers. I would absolutely love to have her on if that's something she would be open to. 100%, of course. Would love to, talk to Mama Gebhardt. She is such a sweet, woman, and you and I both have had the opportunity to meet and hang out with her on multiple occasions. And she would be an awesome guest, of course.
Yeah. She's always got great stories to tell about Steve and not just Steve, but his siblings as well. Very, very fun. And I think she'd be a great guest. Yeah. I wonder how she'd feel about that though, because I don't know. It just might be
Sure.
be weird because she hasn't necessarily done that. That might not be that different. That different. Like, what if we invited your mom to come on or my mom to come on?
I don't. I mean, can my mom come on? She can come on, but I don't know how much she's going to have to be able to talk about the shirts and everything. It might be a bit of a
No.
struggle.
We don't want your mom to come on to talk about shirts, John. We want your mom to come on to tell embarrassing stories about you.
Of course, yes. Of course.
Don't bury the lead. Don't take this from us. That's what we want.
No, well, I mean, if we can have your mom on one night, that'd be cool. I'll be sure to next. When I see her, I'll be sure to ask her about that.
Yeah, let her know. Let her know.
Let her know.
Glad the hearing aids are working. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, it's actually a really good idea. Maybe we should do like a mom's panel or something like that. Just have a bunch of moms on. Your mom, my mom, Steve mom, somebody else's mom. Like
I think my mom would. I think my mom would be in it. I think she would. I think my mom would do it.
We'll call the episode "Your Moms."
Your mom, would your mom? Is that something your mom would be willing to do?
She might. Yeah, she might do it. Yeah, and yeah. Well, we'll file that under G for good ideas, and we'll see about coming back around to that one.
It's an idea. It's an idea for sure.
Gabe says I'll have to come back. Major HVAC and plumbing issues happening at work. Oh no, brother. I hope.
Oh no.
Man, I hope things work out very well for you there, because HVAC and Gabe is not in San Francisco proper. He's out in what we refer to as the Yay or the Bay Area.
Bay Area, yeah.
And so HVAC, the temperature, when you ask me usually before we come on, like, oh, what's the weather like? And the weather's usually really great here. But when you move around and go across the bridge or go down south, the temperature goes up like 40 degrees. So, man.
Well, definitely, Gabe. Hope everything works out for you, buddy.
Yeah,
we absolutely love the heck out of you. We hope that all works out.
All right, let's move on to segment number two. Segment number two, which is drum roll, please. General questions, and these are going to just be general questions about us as people, philosophy, thoughts, ideas, background, history, opinions, whatever you want. Anything but Roosevelt's questions. Okay, so save the Roosevelt's questions for segment three, and let's just get this out of the way right now. Has Dustin locked in for the cruise? The answer is no. I have not.
No, Dustin is not locked in for the cruise yet. Dustin, are we any closer to making this a reality?
No, because I'm focused on Japan right now. So I'm gonna go. So it's not gonna happen this week. It's not gonna happen next week, and it's not gonna happen the week after that. When I get back, that's when I can seriously start looking at planning. And again, I don't want people getting the wrong idea. I absolutely want to go on the cruise. The thing that
it seems like it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm saying it out loud. Hey, I flew back from Japan to be there, jet lagged to hell, and I think I proved my worth there this year when I literally left Star Wars Celebration to come to Miami.
You did.
All right. So people need to step. Okay, that's what I'm saying. But the truth is, actually, what I'm trying to do, and I've been working on it right now, is I'm building out a travel schedule for next year about which cons, which events that I want to go to, and things like that. There were a few things I missed this year because, one, I didn't plan well enough, and two, because I had already committed to other things and I felt obligated to stay on those. And I'll give you an example of two of them. And these are all, of course, going to be Fandom Traveler questions. One, there was like a big Goonies celebration this year. It was like the 40th anniversary of Goonies. And they did a whole thing. I have friends that know the guy who owns the Goonies house up in Oregon. And I was not able to go to that because I had cross-booked something. And I was like, crap. So I missed out on like going and participating in the Goonies stuff. And an even bigger travesty, John, and some of this is related to work travel. It's not necessarily related to like cruises or stuff. Jaws 50th anniversary. Now, I don't know about you, but that this question hasn't come up yet, but like, what are your favorite movies and things like that? Jaws is a top 3 influential movie in my life. like I wanted to be a film major when I went to college, and a lot of it had to do with what I learned from watching Jaws like 20 times. So going to see they redid the boat. They restored the entire thing. They had a whole bunch of like interesting stuff, and it just blew up. So I'm trying to get that all staggered out. So one, I can tell people I'm going to go to this, I'm going to go to that, I'm going to the other, and two, so that I feel like I am in a good spot. Now, you know that the week after the cruise is over, the Catalina Wine Mixer 10th anniversary is happening.
Do you have that?
That's not, no, I haven't locked that in. That's just on the list of like, things to consider. That's not an impediment to going on the cruise. I can do both things. Okay. Catalina Island is just down to LA, and then you get on a ferry and go over. That is not a blocker to me coming on the cruise, but I just need to make sure. I traveled a lot this year too. And I mean, I know that I like literally have the channel that my freaking tag says the Phantom Traveler. I traveled a lot more probably this year than I probably should have. I mean, I was in Antarctica this year. I went to Japan multiple times. I've been to London 4 times. And I'm not bragging. It takes a toll. And, my diet went to crap, and I need to get smarter as a traveler if I'm going to be expected to be on the road that much. So there are some cons to traveling like that. And so I want to just make good choices. So I know that was a long extended answer, Captain.
Yes,
Coach,
it was.
Co-host, but I hope that will like let you guys know that, I'm not ducking you. I'm not ducking you.
Which, by the way, Dustin, if we need more questions, a bunch of people ask questions, right at the top of the, just say don't forget to go back and look at those, if we need to.
Gabe says your mom's house podcast.
This podcast already exists. That's a thing. I guess
so. I guess so.
Yeah.
That's super fun. That's super fun. Okay. Let's see. No. Here's a great one. Andrew says, "What's your biggest dream you're wanting to achieve?"
Biggest dream I want to achieve. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I think all of us just want to feel like they've made it. They're in a good spot, and they feel like they're not struggling, and feel like they kind of have like their lives together. I think that's like the point. It's just like I feel like you have your life together. People just sit down and breathe and not feel like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders. Biggest dream you've been wanting to achieve? I mean, if I can, God, I mean, there's lots of things that I'd love to achieve. I mean, I think overall, I mean, if I could pick one thing that I would love to do, and I'm not even working towards it, but one thing I would just love to do, pipe dream, I would love to do stand-up comedy. I would love to be a stand-up comic.
Bruh, you can make that happen. You can get in the car and go do that tonight.
No, I mean, I know. It's just, I'm a little bitch about it. I'm a little nervous about it.
Okay, all right. I'm just saying.
Is that something? It's something you do. I think it's great. You do improv every week, and I think that's absolutely awesome. You kill that. Like in a way, I have no interest in necessarily doing improv, but it's a form of stand-up comedy, though, and I think it's absolutely cool that you do that, and that you put on shows, and that people watch you, and they come watch. I think that's the coolest thing in the world.
You also put on shows, and people watch you. We're right here doing it right now.
Yes, but that's different. It's way different to do a show on YouTube comparison to doing a show in front of a full paying audience. I mean, that's crazy. It's a pretty big deal. I mean, and especially with stand-up comedy, you have to think on your feet. Especially with improv, you think on your feet. You have to know what you're doing and know when the next joke is just kind of be like, just go. It's a lot, man. And
it's a lot.
I think it's a little bit easier to do in a relaxed setting like this, where I'm talking with you, somebody who I know, love, and trust, and we're just shooting the shit, we're having fun, in comparison to a paying audience, while spotlights are under you, and you're expected to. No,
I got bad news for you. Like when you're brand new stand-up, there's nobody paying for your show.
Oh no! Oh, I know that. Oh yeah. You are going to open mics where you have to pay 2 drinks, and the only people you're performing for are the other comics who are coming on the open mic.
Yes, you've heard.
I've been to them. I've been to a ton of them. Yes, of course.
Wow.
But yeah, that would be my biggest dream. Do stand-up comedy. I'd be so happy. If that's
right.
something I can achieve, I would love to do that.
I have encouraged you. I want to see you do it. For me, I want to orbit the Earth from space. That's just, there you go, right there. That's like knock it out of the park right there. I know exactly what I want.
That really would be the Phantom Traveler. That would be. That really would be.
Yeah.
That would be. We've gone all around. That'd be it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Dan asked, how did you guys meet and decide to do the podcast? You want to take that one?
Yeah, absolutely happy to take that. It was MegaCon in Orlando 2 years ago. MegaCon in Orlando 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It was the Saturday day of MegaCon, and there was a schedule online. Someone had posted on Insiders of what shirts to wear on what day, and Saturday they declared it as Whale Day. So wear your biggest whale, and I wore my Michael Jordan shirt, which is a pretty big whale, and Dustin had came up to me, and I had never met or spoken with Dustin before. Dustin had came over to me, and he had asked me about my shirt. He said he had never seen it before, so he wanted to know the history behind it. So we kind of went off to the back of the convention center somewhere, and we filmed a little segment. Dustin kind of interviewed me and talked to me about it, and then I think I let you try it on.
You did. That was huge. That was awesome.
And I got a video. So you asked me to hold your camera and get a video of you. And I had no clue. I had never touched one of those cameras before. So I think the video I got of you was just really poor because I had no clue what I was doing. But I got a video of Dustin wearing it. And then we just started talking. I think there was a good vibe going. We were getting into. We just kind of seemed like, oh, you seem like a good person. I seem like a good person. I don't remember exactly what we talked about.
I do.
I think. I mean, you're more than welcome to take it if you want. But I think I had mentioned something like I had seen that you have a Instagram page, or you had a YouTube page. You had Wearable Fandom, and I think because I had seen a couple of your videos or something. And I think I had just mentioned something like, oh, I love what you're doing with that. I think that's really cool. And then I had said something like, I've always wanted to do a Roosevelt's podcast. I'm like, I think that'd be a fun idea. And then you were like, can I buy you a drink?
Yeah. Well, buy you a Pepsi. And you're like, oh, you're too nice. Now I understand why you didn't want the Pepsi. You're too nice for buying me a Pepsi, spending a lot of money on it, and I hate it. But yes, that was it. And John said, well, I really wanted to do a podcast, and I've got a great name for it. It's called Roosevelt's Radio. And I was like, dude, I want to do a podcast too. And then I started saying, I started telling John about my bona fides in podcasting. And then I said, look, I'm going to call you in a week and we're going to talk about it. And I think John was like, yeah, whatever. You've heard it before. And I called you, and then we made it happen. And so that was fun. It was definitely destiny.
It was destiny. I definitely 100%. I said to myself, I'm like, this guy, who I just met for the first time ever, he wants to do a podcast. And I'm like, okay, yeah, we'll see. I'm like, you're going to get busy. Then you called me. I'm like, oh, shit. I was like, okay. And then I'm like, yeah, we'll give this a shot. We'll see what happens. I'm like, and what do you know? We're doing it almost 50 episodes later. It's
totally
kind of crazy.
All right. Ron comes back and says, if you had to move from your current state, what state would you want to move to?
If I had to move from my current state, what state would you want to move to? So I'm a city boy. There ain't no way I'm living in the middle of bumblefuck nowhere. I'm just not doing it.
Sounds like a cool place.
Just not doing it. I need somewhere with glitz and glamour. I mean, I would honestly, I would love to live where you live. I'd love to live in California. I think if I'm not going to live in New York City, I would shift gears and go to the other part of the world. I think California would be cool. Vegas would be cool. Somewhere or something. If I'm going to stay on the East Coast, maybe Boston. I think I get along pretty well over there. But definitely somewhere big city vibes. I need that.
Yeah,
I need big city. Sure. I need that. It's just not anywhere else in the world. I'm not going to be I'm not gonna be happy, and I'm just not gonna, it's not gonna be okay. What about you?
I would be moving from a state of denial to one of acceptance. I know that's not the spirit of the question, but I would move from. It's tricky. If I had to leave California, I'd want to go to the Triangle, like Durham, North Carolina would be really nice, or Chicago. New York's on the list, but I don't know if I want to deal with the weather, the winter weather, because New York is so much fun to visit. If I live there, I might get a little grouchy about it. So I want to keep it preserved as a fun and great place to visit.
I mean, I truly believe if you're going to live in New York City, you have to live in the outer boroughs. I could never stand living in Times Square. Manhattan. I could not. It's too busy.
Yeah.
It's too much. It's too chaotic. I just can't do it. So I'm not in it. I'm not. You just not. No, you got to live in the outer boroughs. And which, by the way, just speaking really quickly about New York City, there's one thing I want to talk to you about. There's one thing that I really, really, really hope you're coming to New York City soon, because there's something that I recently learned about that I feel like you and I have to go and do together. I got an ad for this. I'm assuming you don't get these ads, but there's one thing happening in New York City right now.
Oh, wait, is it an ongoing thing or is it an actual event?
It's an ongoing thing for the next 12 or 13 weeks.
Oh, okay. Because I thought John Cena's last night is going to be at Madison Square Garden. If I am correct.
No, So his last time at Madison Square Garden will be in the next 2 weeks or something like that. I think his last night is in Washington or something, but he's making one final appearance at Madison Square Garden. I read something about that.
Right.
I think that's like within the next 2 weeks. But no, that is not it.
It's John Cena's retirement for 2 on November 17th. He'll be at MSG.
Hey, look, that's cool. I haven't watched wrestling in a long time, but I grew up loving John Cena.
It's John Cena. You don't need to watch wrestling to love John Cena.
Yeah, no, John Cena was, of course. I mean, John Cena was my whole childhood. I'm not spending that money to go see it. I'm sure those tickets are expensive, but but hey, look, I think that's really awesome and cool. But no, there's one thing that I know you're gonna love. This week, the Muppets have made their Broadway debut.
Oh, I saw this while I was walking around in Times Square. I did a video, and they're on a Broadway show, a magic show.
They are on. Yes.
I walked right past that place
with magician Rob Lake. The show just started this week. I think it's the next 12 or 13 weeks. Kermit, Miss Piggy, Gonzo, Fozzie Bear, Animal, and Ralph are on Broadway for the next 12, 13 weeks.
Oh, man.
For Rob Lake Does Magic at an actual Broadway theater. I think it's the Broadhouse. I feel like we have to experience this if you can to go see the Muppets. A lot of people online have suggested that this is Disney's way of testing the waters to see how the Muppets would do on Broadway without investing in a full show about them to see what could happen later on. I'm very intrigued. I'm definitely going to be entering in the Broadway lottery every day for this and hopefully score some cheap tickets. But if you're coming into New York City any point soon, I really think this is something we gotta.
Okay. Ron says Cena's last match is going to be in DC, but even if you go, you can't see him. Well done. All right, let's go back. Dan asks, what other podcasts do you watch or listen? What other podcasts, John?
What other podcasts do I watch or listen to?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, well, I'm just gonna pull up my my podcast app right now, just so I don't screw it up. I got a couple of things though that I listen to. I will listen to, and I know this is very controversial. We won't get into it, but I do like listening to Joe Rogan when he has a good guest on. I love comedy. I love comedy. And,
what's funny about Joe Rogan?
He's hilarious. I think he has a lot of guests. Come on, we don't have to get into it.
He's all right. He'll choke you out if you don't like his joke.
Also, Tim Dillon show. I think Tim Dillon's absolutely hilarious. More than happy to listen to him. A lot of people they like crime podcasts. And Chris Hansen has a good one called Predators I've Caught, where he tells a story about different predators that he's caught. And that's a fun one if you're kind of like into those those little those crime podcasts. I used to work for a podcast network called the Gas Digital Network, and they have a lot of fun shows over there. If you like just like raunchy comedy, Legion of Skanks, Real Ass Podcast, and SDR show and things like that. So that's Tuesdays with Stories with Mark Norman and Joe List is really good. A lot of comedy based podcasts. Like if I'm going to go listen. Yeah. What about you?
I listen to a lot of podcasts, so I'm going to just cherry pick some of my favorites. I listen to the Rewatchables, which is a Ringer podcast where they go back over and look at other stuff that was great back in the day. I love what do I have here? The Hello Internet is gone. The Grand Sumo Breakdown, which is a sumo podcast that I like to listen to. The Dollop, Dan Carlin's Hardcore History is a really big one for me. I love that one. I also listen to a PlayStation podcast called Sacred Symbols. That's a big one that I listen to. That one's a long one. RHAP, Rob has a podcast for Survivor stuff. I'm a big Survivor fan. Man, just so many of them. And then one last one that I'll mention here, which I don't know how many people are aware of, but Utini Show, which if you don't know Utini is like a podcast network of Star Wars stuff, and they have a bunch of Star Wars specific podcasts, which are really fun. And I listen to the Utini Show because that's just general Star Wars news. So that's a good one. Ron asked, if you found the One Ring, could you destroy it?
I'd try. If you had to land a plane, could you do it?
I would try.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you kind of have to, unless you got a death wish.
I mean, I think you have to. Yeah, I think you have to at least try.
Yeah.
I mean, I give it the old college try.
For me, I mean, if what's written in the books is true, it would be very difficult for a human to resist the powers of the ring. So I think, yes, I would try, but I would probably fail. And then I would end up like Boromir. Yeah, it's funny. Okay, let me see. What else do we got here? Andrew asked, favorite place you visited. What is your favorite place that you visited, John?
I mean, I've definitely been fortunate enough to travel. My favorite destination, honestly, other than like Walt Disney World, is I'm talking like tropical place. I don't know why it's my first thing that I think of. I love Coco Cay, which is the private island that Royal Caribbean owns. That place is beautiful. That place is beautiful, and then they have bars and they have good food, and it is. Why are you laughing at me, Dustin? Why are you laughing at me?
I love Coco Cay. Have another drink at the beach bar, baby. I love Coco Cay. Look at that doggy clapping with me. Oh my gosh, Coco Cay is great. Yeah. I had definitely had one too many at Coco Cay, but not as many as many.
No, I mean, I can keep going back to Coco Cay over and over again, and that place is just great. I'm just happy to, Bahamas, baby. I'm all in.
Question.
Yes, sir.
The Roosevelt's cruise will go to Coco Cay, will it not?
Yes, it will.
Yes. There you go. Everyone else can sing the Coco Cay song that I just made up.
I literally wouldn't pick out a cruise that didn't include Coco Cay.
Oh, wow.
That was a requirement for me.
Yeah. Favorite place I visited, man, it's tough because it's fresh in my memory.
You're the real traveler.
I'm going to go with Antarctica because Antarctica was mind-blowing. It was cold, but there was whales there, and it was just beautiful, mind-blowing. I just couldn't believe I was there. I've had that experience in Tokyo too, when I was just like, I can't believe I'm here. I can't believe I have a job that sends me here. But Antarctica takes the cake especially because of this year. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Oh, we got any more? Well, Dan says, who's Frodo and who's Sam between you and I?
I'm Sam.
That makes me Frodo of the Nine Fingers. Sam's the best, man. You know that Sam represents the decency and the resilience of the British people. That's the character of Sam. He is the English reader, and he's great. I love him. Sam's my favorite character in Lord of the Rings. So see, and you're Sam. You're my favorite character.
Do you want to be Sam? Do you feel like you're Sam?
I am not a Sam.
Sam, I am.
Green eggs and ham. John, how many royal badges do you have, like on the royal app?
I don't even know. Let me take a look. For those who don't know that what Daniel's talking about, every time you go on a specific ship, every time you go on a single cruise, it'll give you a badge in your account for every ship you've been on. I don't know if you get badges for other things, like if they give you badges for drinks, that's pretty bad. Then I'll have a lot of badges. I honestly don't think I've ever even checked this truthfully. I'm going to try to figure this out in 20 seconds. If I can't, then I will get back to you on that. I'm not going to spend, a lot of time trying to figure this one out.
Okay. I'll skip to the next one. You can tell us in a minute. Daniel also wants to know, what's your favorite type of liquor? And lets us know. That question was from Melanie BT Dubs.
So, okay. Got it. Okay. So I have 5 fleet badges: Symphony, Anthem, Oasis, Liberty, and Explorer. And then I have 3 destination badges: Coco Cay, Bahamas, and Caribbean. So those are my badges. Those are those are the ones I've got.
Nobody asked me. And I have one. I have one fleet badge.
Yeah, one fleet badge. There you go.
Fleet badge. What's your favorite type of liquor?
So when I'm going out, if I'm going out regular, just to go hang out with some friends or whatnot, it's a regular night. I'm gonna order a vodka cranberry. That's just my go-to drink. If we want to just like ruin the night, ruin the weekend, just don't even like forgive anything else. It'll be Long Island iced tea followed by shots tequila. And that'll just make me start cool. Or tequila sunrise. That's been another one now that I'm like, but like those like Long Island iced teas and tequila. Those are reserved for like nights when like I'm on vacation or I have nothing to do for the next couple of days and I'm out with a bunch of people and I can just go out and have fun. If I'm just going out and drinking socially, vodka cranberry is where it's going to be. That's my go-to drink.
And no particular brand of vodka.
No, I mean I wish I could sit here and say like, oh, I can tell the difference between Absolute and Grey Goose. If they ask me what vodka I want, I will typically say Tito's. I've just never had a problem with Tito's, but I seriously, I'm not a snob. I cannot sit here and tell you. Can you taste the difference between Tito's, Grey Goose, Absolute, and all that? Can you? Like, does it feel different?
I always felt that I could tell the difference between Grey Goose, but probably not. Probably not.
Like if we were to put them like in cups when you didn't know and you had to guess which one is which, do you
does
feel
it
like
have a mixer or is it just straight vodka?
You tell me. I mean, if it has a mixer, does that help your case?
No, it hurts it because I can't smell the actual liquor. It's like
so if we're doing a shot. So if we just did a shot of like the top 4 vodkas,
yeah,
would you be able to tell the difference?
The top 4, I would probably know a difference, but I wouldn't know what it was. I would know that it wasn't the same. Like if you were trying to check my nose and see if you gave me 4 of the same shots, would I say it was 4 different liquors? I would know the difference, but I wouldn't necessarily know which one was which.
Okay, I mean, look, I can tell you the difference between Coke and Pepsi. I can do that in a heartbeat. You know, and this is why.
Thanks.
And Dustin, you you met my aunt, and I get this from my aunt. This whole Coke obsession. I get this from my aunt. She's the one who's addicted to Coca-Cola, and somehow I just, with the genes and everything, she can tell by smell alone. She doesn't even have to. She could smell the difference between Coke, Diet Coke, Coke Zero, Pepsi, Diet Pepsi.
I can do that. I can do that on smell alone.
Yeah, there you go.
That one I would wager money on. I would throw a hundo on that one. I could.
You would throw a hundo? Oh my god! Yeah.
I feel very confident in that.
I feel like the next time we have a podcast in person, that's something we got to do now. We got to put that in the notes. I would love to
smell this soda. That's the segment.
I would love to see you do that. That'd be awesome.
Well, let's try it. Let's see. For me, favorite type of liquor, man. I really cut back a lot recently. Like there was definitely a time when I was throwing down a few more, but now I've very, very, very much pulled back. I would say single malt Scotch is my favorite liquor. And I like Talisker. I like Laphroaig. I like Glenlivet. I also like, even though it's not a single malt, I like the Johnny Walkers. Johnny Walkers are a blend of single malts, so it's single malts, and blended. Of those, I like green and I like blue. So those are mine.
On my 21st birthday, went over to my grandparents' house. My grandfather, he loved his Johnny Walker Blue. That was his thing, Johnny Walker Blue. 21st birthday, he poured a cup, and I had not drank much like prior to my 21st birthday. I was not. I drank a little bit here and there, but nothing excessive. It was my first time ever trying Scotch. It was Johnny Walker Blue. It tasted like gasoline. I was
Pretty
like,
much.
no, thank you. I was like,
Pretty
nope,
much.
I'm out. I'm like, that's it. No, thank you.
Yeah, that's good.
No,
all right.
Not a fan.
All right. So then let's move on to segment 3, Roosevelt's questions. And we've got a few. Let's see. Dan says, what's your best trade? What's your best trade, John?
Ooh, okay. Best trade. When I first joined BST, I don't know about trade. I feel like this happens a lot in the community where I feel like not enough trading actually happens. I feel like I have traded or sold a bunch of shirts in order to get things that I wanted. I'm gonna have to think a little bit about what is the best just shirt for shirt, or which 3 shirts for a single shirt. I feel like I just haven't done a lot of that, but I feel like I've gotten a lot of great deals. I traded cash in exchange.
I don't think that's not in the spirit of the question.
I think
just say you don't trade.
I'm more than happy to do it. It's not that I don't trade. It's just that I haven't done a whole lot of trading. I'm sorry. Yeah, I haven't done a whole lot of trading. I'm more than happy to do trading. It's just not something that I've done very recently. I don't know what the best trade I've gotten. What do you have a good trade that you did, Dustin?
It's going to be a funny trade, but yeah, I traded somebody one of the awesome Star Wars Celebration exclusive Vader jackets for a hockey game. So I gave them the jacket, and they're taking me to a hockey game. So
that is so cool.
Yeah,
that's a great trade. Yeah,
it's a fun trade. It's definitely a fun trade for sure. Okay, let me see.
I remember. Oh, and you'll appreciate the story. I remember the very first post that I got taken down on BST. I was brand new to the group. I just wanted a way to get more shirts, and so I looked around my house and I was like, "What do I have that I can trade?" I guess I didn't want to spend money, so I found I had my fat original PS3, the one that is backwards compatible with the PS2 and PS1, and I listed that on BST. I'm like, "Who wants to trade me shirts for a PlayStation?"
Nice.
And they took it down though. The admins took it down.
That's funny. They probably thought you were messing with them. So, all
right, I was serious.
Let's keep going. We got a lot of questions. Andrew says, if you could design a shirt, IP or not that we've seen, what would you choose? I think you and I are going to say the same thing.
Are we going to say the same thing?
Yeah, we're going to say the same thing. If you could design a shirt for an IP that we've seen or not, what would you choose?
I don't think we're going to say the same thing. There's a number of IPs that I would like to do.
Yeah, that's right. But you got to pick one to answer this question.
Yeah, but I don't think it's going to be the.
All right, hold on. I got to write this down.
I don't think it's going to be
because you're just saying I'm full of crap when I write it down and I'm right.
Okay. I'm gonna write it down.
You're writing down what you think I'm going to say.
I'm writing down what IP I would like to do that I would think would be really cool.
Okay. Are you ready?
I guarantee though it's not the same. I guarantee it's not the same.
All right. Well, what'd you write? Show us what you wrote. And by the way, I have a thing written down here. Go ahead.
I put down Beastie Boys.
Beastie Boys. Very good. Very good. You know, here's what I put down. You suck, John. Actually, my actual answer is on the bottom, and I don't know if you can see it, but it actually says The Simpsons. The
Simpsons. The Simpsons would be absolutely amazing. You know, of course, I'd be so happy with a Simpsons shirt. You kidding me? Would absolutely love that. But like,
You Suck, John is a better property.
That is definitely a better. Yeah.
Yeah, Beastie Boys would be good, and you've said that on the cast, so I actually should have guessed that. But yeah, we overheard from someone at Roosevelt's who shall remain nameless that the Simpsons license is ridiculously expensive, despite the fact that it's been out there forever. They're just really, really, really expensive, and they're so I feel like that will be a very long shot before we actually ever see that. Dan says, what license has Roosevelt's done the best?
I mean, I think that's very. That's definitely it's a personal question in terms of what shirts you like best, or who do you feel like they've done the best justice to. Yeah. What license has Roosevelt's done the best with? Such a good question. The umbrella.
Ella
is Ella A. What license has Roosevelt's done the best with?
Come on. How about I'll go first?
Yeah, you go. Yeah,
I'm going to cheat and say Disney.
No. You're gonna say yeah? That's a ridiculous easy answer. Of course, I'm trying to get
are you trying to go niche and like figure out like which of the less popular have they done?
Which of the properties with? Like which Disney is such a huge like right, do you then do when you say Disney? You mean Star Wars and you mean Marvel and everything that's
I didn't stutter. All right. I think they've done a great job with the Godzilla stuff. Like I'll back it down. Godzilla is not as big as Disney. He's bigger and he'll stomp it into dust. But I really like what they've done, both in terms of exclusives. And I also love that it's now like a regular thing. Like the last 2 years, they've had something out there. So by the time Godzilla Day comes around, you can actually be prepared. Did you know that there is a Godzilla Day, John?
I did not know there was a Godzilla Day.
Yeah, Godzilla Day is, if I recall correctly, it's coming up. November 3rd is Godzilla Day. So now,
I'm marking on my calendar. Yes,
every you see, that's what I'm doing. Going back to the earlier question about the cruise, you have an answer for this one?
I think the more I think about it, I would say overall, I have been happier when they do Pixar drops. Like my favorite like my favorite overall Pixar is like the Doors hoodie, but I also really love. I mean, I guess the two Monsters Inc. shirts I think are phenomenal. But overall, the Pixar drops have been really good. I love when they do Toy Story. They love the Up stuff. I think if I was going to pick one, it would be when they do the Pixar stuff. It always looks really nice.
Okay. Okay.
So I always find myself buying something from the Pixar drops.
Nice.
I think also the peanut stuff is also really good. That was one that didn't let me down. Sometimes when you want something for a while, so I'll say like when I first heard that Roosevelt's got Marvel, and then I saw the shirts. To be honest with you, I guess I had other things kind of built up in my head as to what I wanted to see, and
Yeah.
I was never totally crazy with the Marvel stuff. But when I heard they got Peanuts and I saw the stuff they came out with it, I was happy and satisfied. So Peanuts really like I was nervous about it, and I saw what they had, and I was really happy about it.
Okay. All right. All right. Let's see. We gotta crank through these because we got a lot of questions here, so we gotta like get through these. Shirt that you most want, John.
The shirt that I most want right now. Number one right now would be Inventor's Daughter. That is the one.
Okay.
I would love to get that. What about you?
Celebration Troopers 2XL.
There you go. If anybody can help us out, please.
No. What's the most you've paid for a shirt, John?
$275 for a new with tags Kunu jellyfish. Yeah, that is like the original Drop Zone, but the Kunu version, not the original Poly version. Yeah, I paid $275 for that. That is the highest I've ever spent on a single shirt.
Yeah, I think I paid $225 for one of those blackout performance hoodies that I wear. I ended up with two of them.
Okay.
Yep. I'm not happy with that. Now that I've made that purchase, I'm like, I should not have spent that much money. What con or meet that you haven't attended would you like to go to?
San Diego Comic-Con. I mean, that would be the one. I was gonna pick one. That would be the one that I would love to attend. I would really, really love to attend that one.
Yeah. Man, this one I want to go to MCM in London. That's the one that I want to do. Maybe I have a chance to do that next year because work travel is taking me over there a lot.
That would be really cool.
Let's see. Yeah, Dan did not like my Disney response. I'm just assuming that comment is specifically for that. No. What else do we got here? Most meaningful shirt in your collection, John?
Oh, that's tough. I mean, the most first of all, I mean, any shirt that anybody has ever gifted me is in my collection, regardless of how often you see me wear it or not. If you have surprised me or gotten me a shirt, it's in my collection, and those are always so meaningful to me. So that in and of itself. I mean, honestly, the Trippy tee. I mean, so many people donated that. Like sometimes when I look at shirts, there's the story behind it. And a bunch of people surprised me with a Trippy tee on the Roosevelt's cruise, and to me, like that was so meaningful to know that so many people got together to do that for me was so special, and that to me is most meaningful. What about you?
I mean, the default answer would be Little Kunu because that's the one that Steve gave me. But the Sex Panther shirt that I have was actually gifted to me by a listener of the podcast. And it was pretty cool because that really was one of the times I felt like just a member of the community. And I was like, this person had this shirt. It was a Drop Zone. And, those are not, and it was a brand new shirt with tags. And they just sent it to me. And I was like, wow, that's dope. That actually was a domino that started me sending shirts for free to people. I just send stuff to people and stuff like that. So it was a great, welcome into the community. So I thought that was pretty awesome. Is the Kraken worth it? No. Is the Kraken worth it, John?
No, not worth it.
We both agree. It's not worth it. It's a cool looking shirt. It's nice. It's cool that it's exclusive, but it's not worth it.
Look, I'm not saying if I saw one at the Outpost that I wouldn't pick it up.
Oh, for $70, of course. I mean, it's not a bad design. It's just it's not worth that price. And to be honest, neither is the Mickey floral either, or the Spooky floral. Like Spooky floral is a killer shirt, but I gifted mine to somebody. Did I tell you that? I
Yeah.
gifted mine to somebody.
No, you didn't tell me
Yeah,
that.
and I was just
but
like, you know what? I'm gonna send this to somebody, and so I did. And
but-
it made me happy to see that person wearing it in New York too. By the way,
there you go.
so yeah,
Yeah,
um,
the Kraken is just not. It's not. At least to us, it's not. You know, you don't want to spend that type of money on a shirt. You just don't.
yeah. All right, and that we're gonna make this the last question for everybody here. Does the brand and community feel different to you, and if so, why? That's 2 questions, but it's okay. We can answer that. You want to go first?
Yeah. Does the brand and community feel different to you, and if so, why? I think the brand and the community has evolved. I will never forget going to New York Comic Con a few years ago. I forget what year it was, but it was the year that they had early release the Turtles polo, and there wasn't a ton of people at the booth, and it felt a little bit more like family. And there wasn't, it was very, things were different. Things were absolutely different. And to be able to watch the brand grow has been great. And there's been some positives and negatives to it. Sometimes I wonder if they're growing too fast. But it does feel different. It does feel a little bit different. And I mean, that's just going to happen, though. That's just going to happen as the brand grows. It's just, you can't help it. I feel like Roosevelt's tries to keep with the small town thing. They try to, they're independent and it's whatnot. But I feel like they are growing. They are growing rapidly, and with that, you're going to see more people, and you're going to see bigger things happening. And yeah, so it has changed, and it is a little bit different. But I think as insiders, the best thing we can do is to just keep being who we are and promote that same positivity and energy that I know they want us to.
Yeah, and they, the come for the shirt, stay for the people. That's tied to how the people treat each other. It's the reason you and I spend a couple hours every week chatting here, having a great time hanging out on the podcast or doing anything else related to the community. It's a really, well, let's say when folks here will resonate with this, and even you, I think, John, as well. You get to a certain point in life and it's hard to make friends. Like if your friends move away or you lose touch with your friends from school or you don't have a lot of family members. It's really cool to know that you can go to a con where the Roosevelt's is going to be, and you're going to find people that are not only going to be cool hangs, but they're going to be interested to learn more about you and want to hang out with you. And so the community has not changed in my mind. Yeah, we're old. Yeah. I think it's something like that, Ron, just a little bit, but it's also that, it's fun to have a group of people who are just into the same kind of nerdy thing as you. And it's not just one thing. It's the whole purpose of this channel, Wearable Fandom. It's like, I'm a fan of something, and so much so that I'm going to wear a Loud shirt, and you are too, and tell me about what you love. And I want to tell you what I love. And there's space for all of that. And that's what's most powerful and valuable as far as the community goes. When I joined, people were doing pickups. When I joined, people were doing resells. The Kraken had already happened. All that stuff was there. So I don't think it's really changed. I just think that it's grown. And I've met a lot of cool people, and I'm thankful for that. And that's part of the reason why we give back and try to do the podcast. We're not making money off of this. We're just having fun, hanging with friends and talking about stuff that we love. The brand, on the other hand, has absolutely changed, and they're a business. And so my expectations are that they must change. They have a new CEO, and then that guy has had a lot of success in startups, and I think he's got a buyer's background in big stores. So if you saw Roosevelt's in Target, would you feel the same way about the brand as if you bought it directly from the website? Well, if they were in Target, it would be massive for them. It would put them, they would start going into the like the other heroes and villains, or her universe, or their universe, or Hot Topic, or or Loungefly. They would start moving into that level of retail, and it would mean great things for the company and the people who work there. So I'm supportive of them doing those things. I don't need them to, hang out and be my buddy. Man, it's nice when they buy me. It's nice when they give me a shirt. It's nice when they buy me drink, buy me food. I just don't expect it. And that, I think, is going to be the hardest thing for the next few years for people who travel a lot, like to go to shows. They're going to find that out of necessity, the brand is going to change, and it may not feel the same as it was back, quote unquote, in the day. So get ready for that and embrace it. It means something positive for the people that you say you like and that you enjoy. Embrace that. That is a positive change. If you don't get a private party or you don't get a free shirt, BFD. Like it's about, if you really are here for the people and for the shirts, you should be happy for that success, even if it means your relationship changes just a little bit. So yeah, you'll always be OGs and you'll always have the people. And it's one of the things that John T goes out of his way to say, it's not about these, it's about these. And he's pointing and gesturing to the people. This could be anything, but these can't. These are the people that matter. And so he really emphasizes that. And I think it also helps him feel confidence to do what he needs to do as a business owner to keep driving forward. So yeah, that's my feeling. Community is the same. The brand has changed, and I'm glad that both are true. Man, okay. Well, it's been a lot of fun hanging out with you guys and talking about stuff here. Let's see. So next week I will be out. Stay tuned for who our mysterious co-host might be. Maybe they're in the chat. Maybe they're not in the chat. Maybe they're watching this 2 hours later. Who knows? But
Who knows?
I will be in Japan and having a good time and wishing you guys the best. And I'm going to fulfill the journey. I told you, right? I'm taking that Star Wars shirt to the guy who lives in Kagoshima City. So I'm going to have my own little Roosevelt's adventure to tell you about when I get back. And, it'd be funny if the guy totally ghosts me. At least the shirt will fit me. If it's not a loss, if the guy doesn't show up or he doesn't want the shirt anymore or whatever, it'll fit me. So I'll just bring it back and wear it myself. But there'll be plenty of fun stuff to talk about. So now let's see. There was one more question, right?
There was one more question. Yes.
Yeah. John asked me.
Dustin, how are your parents?
My parents, John. I mean, I'm honestly really excited to tell you that